back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm so glad to have you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join the family. So I was getting ready to make one of my favorite detox juices, and I figured why not just turn on the camera and share it with you. The star of the show is going to be dandelion leaves. I've been making this juice for some time now and I really love it. Half of the world love dandelion and they're using it, and I know half of the other world don't know anything about dandelion, think it's a weed. I know a lot of people don't even know the medicinal uses for dandelion. A lot of people just think that it's a weed. If you want to read more information about it, there's some good reads about the dandelion plant in here. This is the Medicinal Herbs book by ROSEMARY GLADSTAR, and she goes in talking about the medicinal uses for dandelion. This is a good source if you want to look more in, if you want to read more into the dandelion. I will have this book linked down below, but it just goes into talking about the different parts of the plant that can be used, which the flower, the roots, and the leaves can all be used. They have amazing medicinal properties. The roots and the leaves have similar effects. So this is a great detoxification. It does amazing work for your liver. I'm pretty sure almost everyone has seen a dandelion just walking down the sidewalk. However, those dandelion leaves, greens, you definitely don't want to consume, because a lot of people think dandelions are a weed, so they are sprayed with tons of pesticides and harmful chemicals. So you definitely don't want to consume those. I picked these up from Whole Foods, and now the greens are going to be best harvested young. They get a little bit bitter, so I also like to pair it with apple to kind of mellow everything out. So it's not going to be like a very sweet juice, but it does still have a good taste to it. It's actually one of my favorites. So I like to pair the dandelion greens with apple, cucumber, celery, and lemon. I'm going to leave the book down in the description box below if you guys are interested in seeing what ROSEMARY GLADSTAR has to say about them. And I'm sure there's tons of more information floating around on the internet that you guys can get into. But without further ado, let's get into making this detox juice. Our dandelion greens, everything has already been washed and prepped. These were 4 small apples. I usually do 2 large apples. It's just going to depend on the size, and I like to taste it at the end to see if it's sweet enough for me or if I want to add another apple. So I have 1 whole lemon. I didn't peel it, personal preference there. Then I have my apples. I have a whole stalk of celery and 1 cucumber. So with the greens, with my juicer, it may be different with your juicer, but I know a lot of juicers are like this. In order for you to get the most extraction out of your greens, you want to feed it with something hard. So I'm going to ball up greens and feed it with the apple, ball up greens and feed it with the apple, and that's how I'm going to be able to extract most of the juice from my greens. So we're going to go ahead and just jump into getting the machine turned on. our juice is all done, but you see this foam on the top? I don't like that in my juice, so I'm gonna go ahead and get it strained off into this strainer, and then I'm gonna pour it into my mason jar. If you are able to juice and drink it right away, that is the best way. It's gonna be the freshest, gonna contain most of the nutrients and vitamins in it. It's gonna be more beneficial right away. Everybody's lifestyle is not set up that way, so you can store them in mason jars, but when you store them, you wanna store it all the way to the top. That is gonna reduce some of the oxidation and slow down the process of the minerals and vitamins and nutrients. So you wanna make sure that if you're taking the time to juice, you wanna store your juices properly, or you're just gonna be wasting time. You're just gonna be drinking juice. It's not gonna have anything in it for you. So I'm gonna go ahead. I have this other glass bowl here. I'm just gonna get this juice strained off into here, and then we're gonna get it bottled up. This is what the strainer has caught, some of those leafy greens and just some of the pulp that the machine didn't catch. So I'm gonna clean this out and I'm gonna run it through here one more time. So this is my final product. I've strained it 2 times, and I'm gonna go ahead and pour it into my mason jars. I love to store them in mason jars. That is just my preference, but glass is always gonna be best. Doesn't have to be a mason jar, but glass definitely is gonna be best. And then fill it all the way to the top. Product, you guys. I'm gonna be drinking one today and one tomorrow. They are all ready to be stored in my refrigerator. Don't forget, at the end, once you have juiced everything, make sure you do a taste test and make sure that it's sweet enough to your liking. If not, you may need to add another apple or 2 depending on the size of your apples. I tasted mine and mine was pretty doable. The dandelion greens are bitter on their own, and then combined with celery, it's not gonna be your sweetest juice, but we have to think about all the benefits it's gonna have for our body. It's gonna do amazing work for our liver, and a lot of times we have to eat and drink things that don't necessarily taste good but outweigh with the benefits. I highly recommend you guys pick up this beginner medicinal herb book. It does talk about the dandelion in here and all the benefits. So there's a bunch of tinctures in here and different teas. Dandelion plants, all parts are great for the liver and the kidney. We have to give our liver some love today. So make this juice now and give your liver some love today. You can even make the dandelion flowers into wine. So it talks about how it has a bitter flavor, how you can make stir fries, soups. The roots are delicious when you slice them and pickle them. The leaf has long been used as a mild diuretic in cases with bladder and kidney problems. The leaf is good for iron, calcium, vitamins, and it is rich in trace minerals. And it says that the dandelion greens are a treasured food throughout Europe and Mediterranean. They are steamed often with other wild greens and served with olive oil and lemon juice. The leaves do have a bitter zip to them, so they are good when they are blended with mild herbs, or like I do with the apple. The apple definitely cuts it a little bit. It's not gonna cut it all the way, so this is not gonna be one of your sweet juices, but it has so many benefits for us. So I highly encourage you guys to pick up some dandelion today, not from your sidewalk down the street, because that's just gonna be sprayed with toxins and chemicals. But find a good source. I get mine at Whole Foods, and make this juice today. I would like to say thanks for hanging out with me today, you guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching to the end. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Meet me down in the comment section below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next one.